postseason are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
The numbers for him from a week ago. 7 catches, 67 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer here, even though said passer wasn't a quarterback.
And this is a call, partner, I think you might see once a decade or so. But the officials know the rules better than anyone, and you have to know them when you're on the field. Anyone throwing the ball gets the same protection as a quarterback. So if he gets hit late, that's definitely going to draw a flag.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Now Cousins, and they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins to the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They'll run with Cook. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush is just...
Now he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. These 2 teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. On 2nd and 10, Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Back to throw. Goff. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Pop a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right? Preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle they go. Gibbs. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. So this is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Cousins on 1st down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go play action. Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Derek Barnes coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Joseph's got it.
And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter.
So a great first quarter continues here as they add on to that lead.
And Brandon, I think it sets up what's going to be an important drive because it's now 17-0. So the other guys, they got to figure out something quick before this game gets away from them.
Taken at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here come the Lions now.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Go! From the gun, here's Goff. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Goff.
Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Gibbs, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there. 21 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Montgomery. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. To throw is Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Badgley able to punch this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. As we roll on here in the month of December, Week 14, coming up tonight, we got a good one in the AFC West. Get the parkas out, Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. Then tomorrow night, you can turn those parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona. Patriots, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Cousins. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. Play fake, Cousins. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. A second down throw for Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
This is taken around the 12. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Lions at 10 and 2 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4.
Last week, their execution, their discipline, their resilience.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Play action now. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ndamukong Suh breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
18 more yards there and another first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator, but my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Goff now looks to throw. His throw incomplete.
He came through with a nice pass break up there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, Goff. And that is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Cousins to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Osborne. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. To the air again, it's Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With a dime looked on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Goff now to throw. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Goff throwing again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not enough to win the capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far. And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on them, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins now to throw on 1st down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays the game with great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Here's Cook again. A nice little, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
On 1st down, gone. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is gone. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Play action. It's gone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have either in size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They start the drive with... And the ball is knocked out, and the Lions have recovered.
So potentially a turning point here in the 3rd quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're that... where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines. Tackle him. Second guy in. Tackle the ball.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Montgomery. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here. Goff looking to throw. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Cousins.
This is Rager with it on the crossing pattern.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Cousins.
He'll get this right back to Rager.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Cook following the penalty. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
64 yards on the ground for him so far.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
And here's Ryan Wright now. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
This is taken at about the 14.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they...
15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the air now with Goff. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter play. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Throwing on 3rd. Goff.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Now Montgomery running right. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
A shotgun snap for Goff.
He's got this complete to Williams. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Gordon will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with a lead if they make a play.
They'll try and throw for it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So 1st and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. To throw, Cousins. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Back to the ground, Cook. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. This ball complete to Rager. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try the middle with Cook. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Cousins to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
A touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So Jared Goff in the offense, down by 5, a little under a minute to go. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Now Goff. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game. And a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week of practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
And they take a knee. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your own crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league.